All right, grade 9s, it is time for your final assignment. Given that this is the last week of this quadmester, we're going to be looking at creating your own piece of media, and that will cover the last little bit of the curriculum that we didn't get a chance to cover yet. So, creating a media text assignment. Using the knowledge we have gained about media texts, you are now tasked with creating your own. You can choose from one of the following: a PSA, public service announcement, a media advertisement, like a magazine, internet or newspaper or billboard, or an infographic on a topic of your choosing. So to be clear, you are only tasked with creating one media text. You don't have to make one of each. Pick whichever one you want. If you want to do a public service announcement, then do that. You don't have to do a media advertisement or an infographic as well. You just pick one of them. See below for instructions on creating media text. This is for marks and will be weighted a little bit heavier than anything else we have done for the media literacy unit. So, TPA, what? Topic, purpose, audience. This is what your media text is going to be about, the topic. You want to have a topic for your media text, and why is this important to you? So this is more so for like the PSA and the infographic, because you don't really need a topic for an advertisement, you just need an item. Purpose, this is the reason why you are creating your media text. What message am I trying to share with my audience? Which brings us to the next one, audience. This is where you are going to determine who your target audience is for your media text. Is it an ad for teenagers? Is it for adults? Is it a PSA for people who smoke? Why would my audience care about the media text I'm creating? So these are the three main parts of planning your media text. Now let's take a look at the individual assignments. Which one? Pull up this one first, whatever this one is. That's the rubric, how you're going to be marked. I will hand this out as well. These are just the curriculum expectations that are going to be met by this assignment. Okay, so creating an infographic. Let's quickly pop up. Infographic, images. Infographics can be about really anything. We looked at some that were about like food and about, like here's one, making peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You have your ratios of bread to peanut butter to jelly, and how much peanuts, I guess, are in here versus is that a heart? How much they love it? I don't know. Anyways, so there's just like a silly one like that. You can do that. Creating an infographic. So you got to have your topic, your purpose, and your audience. These are the three main parts. These are some steps to creating, these steps are one way to determine which issue is most appropriate for you to create your public service announcement or an infographic. So identify 3 issues that are important to you and a space is provided. This is the brainstorming step. So issue 1, 2, and 3. Maybe your issue is like secondhand smoke, and your second issue is the ratio of peanut butter to jelly to bread. And maybe it is something to do with Canada's food guide, about getting all the proper nutrients from the food groups that you need to have a balanced diet. For each issue, circle the multiple choice option that best describes your response to the 4 questions. Each question focuses on one criterion important to PSAs and infographics. Repeat for each of the questions. So you just gotta like circle these. How many people are affected by this issue? Just me, small group, my community, my country, or the world? How often does this issue affect people? Well, if you're gonna do something in relation to Canada's food guide, then that like every day. People eat every day, so affects people every day. If it's How much do you know about this topic? Nothing, a little bit, enough to talk about it. How important is this topic to you? And then answer that. So the whole point here is that you're going to add up all of your answers at the end. So if you picked my country, so there's 4, and affects people every day, there's 4, there's 8. And how much do you know about this topic? Well, enough to talk about it. So 8 plus 3 is 11. And how important is this topic to you? A little. So 2, so we got 13 out of 25. Not bad. Maybe you do one that you get like a 20 out of 25 on, because it's extremely important to you. You know, you're educated in it. It affects lots of people, and it's a very broad thing. A very, you know, it's an issue that goes all over the place. So that would be like a good one. I would pick the one that you get the highest score on of your 3 issues. Here is your organization guide. Planning organizer. Once the upper chart is filled out and you score your 3 topics, you can begin by filling out this chart with the topic, purpose, and audience. We talked about that. The TPA, what? Topic, subject of your infographic. What am I creating this topic, or this media topic about? Why is it important? This is the reason behind why you're creating the infographic. Why am I creating this media product? What message am I trying to share with my audience? And the audience, who's it for? So here is, like, these are download free online programs for creating professional looking infographics. You can search more if you don't like either of these ones, but these 3 are like little programs that you can create professional looking infographics. So if you want to go this route, I was able to find these. So these are pretty good. Take a look at them. All right. So that is for creating an infographic, which is one of these things that we looked at. So the next one, creating a PSA. Let's take a look at an example. Kind of like a infographic, but I'm hard-headed. Mom says I have to wear a helmet when I ride my bike, or I have to walk. Be hard-headed. So this is a public service announcement about wearing helmets. You know, you can do a public service announcement, like see down here, texting while driving. It's the law. That's a very big reason for distracted driving accidents, and it has become an issue more and more as more and more people have their phones and think it's okay to drive with them, like open and looking at it. Stop the violence. Stop the violence. This one's a PSA about gun control. Save lives, stop red light running. So your PSA can be like literally about anything. So let's take a look at some of the stuff here. So much the same. Like this part's the same as it was for an infographic. This chart here is the same. So find your 3 issues. Maybe you want to do something about running red lights. Maybe you want to do something about distracted driving. And maybe you're thinking about doing something about, we'll go back to the Canada's Food Guide, about eating a balanced meal every day. So then, you know, answer these questions for each of those 3 issues that you choose and score yourself at the bottom. And you don't have to pick the one that's the highest, but it's going to be the one that's going to be a little bit easier for you to do because you're going to be more familiar with it. You're going to have more knowledge about it, so it's more important to you. Here's the organization guide. PSAs typically have a sponsor. So like if we go up to that one we looked at with the helmet, be hard-headed, who's it sponsored by? So it's sponsored by Think, and I can't really read it, but there's the 2 sponsors there. This one was an old one that came out in the 90s about doing drugs. This is your brain, and they showed an egg, and then it was this is your brain on drugs, and it showed that cracking the egg and frying it, basically saying that people are fried. You can see this one. There's some of the sponsors down here. Stop the violence. There's a sponsor over here we can't really see, so you don't have to actually have a sponsor. You can just put something like sponsored by yourself. How do you know? Why is it important to think about? So for whom? Audience. Who is the target audience? Is it for smokers? Is it for people who aren't eating healthy? Is it for teenagers? Is it for people that drive and have a cell phone? Technique. How do the following help create mood in the audience? So the setting, where is the picture going to be taking place? Colors are important. Going back here, this one, the background's blurred and you just see a kid wearing a bike helmet. So bright red, bold letters. Sound, you don't have to worry about sound. I'm going to take sound out. We don't need sound because you're not actually making an infographic or a recorded PSA. And then concept, what issue is being addressed? Distracted driving. What is the central message of the PSA? Don't drive and text. What happens in the PSA? Well, it's just informing people that it is... Sorry about that. I had someone come in the office. Okay, so what happens in the PSA and what mood will you create? Is this going to be something serious like, smoking kills, distracted driving kills, or is it going to be a little bit more lighthearted, like you should eat a balanced meal? Here are some suggestions about Canada's food guide. What to use? Some good options for creating PSA are like Microsoft Paint or Microsoft Word. There are many different templates that would work for a PSA built into MS Word on your Office 365. I'll show you quick right now. We're going to go with new. See, there's when you go to create a new document, you can create a blank document or you can scroll down here. See, there's an event flyer, report, open house flyer. There is more of these. Not sure how to get them, if I can get them right now. But there is more options for this, like this event flyer might work good. So, yeah. The last thing we're going to look at is a print advertisement. If you choose to create a print ad for this assignment, you can choose an already existing product and create an advertisement for that product. Do not just copy one that already exists. I want to see something new. Or you can create a print advertisement for an object or service that does not exist. I'm not asking you to invent something new and make an advertisement. It can be like something silly, such as the pen that never runs out. For some reason, when I thought of that, I had the everlasting gobstopper from Willy Wonka on my mind when I thought of this. So another example could be like a newer made-up service, such as clothes dressing service. No, we don't dress you. We just pick outfits based on your wardrobe. Pretty good idea if you ask me. I just came up with that. Imagine that, someone coming into your closet every morning and lays out an outfit for you so you don't have to sit there and think, well, should I wear this with this? I don't know. It doesn't really go good. I think that's a great idea. If someone wants to run with that business idea, at least give me a little credit on that. So here's a little bit of an organization guide for you. Let's look at a print ad first. So these are print ads. Like here's a clever one from Heinz Ketchup. No one grows ketchup like Heinz. So they're saying like essentially there's nothing but tomatoes in their ketchup. Let's look down here. Here's a Lego one. McDonald's. I'm sure you know what a print advertisement is. So, product description. What is the product you're going to advertise? Who is your target market? Who is the advertisement for? Teens, new moms maybe, music lovers. You can logo. If it's like McDonald's, then just the golden arches. Does it have a headline or slogan? Like McDonald's, I'm loving it. So you can come up with that if you want or use the existing one. Communication objective. What text besides your slogan is going to be in your advertisement? Appeal or strategy, technique examples or humor, celebrity endorsements, and possible layout ideas there.